Hello, so action. This time we have some more Madonna. We have her Friday Night with Jonathan Ross 2003. As we know, American Life is my favorite era, so I'm very keen to keep going in with this. This is for a promotion of the album. Now it's 50 minutes, so I'm going to presume there's an interview and some performances, which I am very, very keen for. It actually says here she's going to perform American Life, Hollywood, and Don't Tell Me, 3 absolute banger-rangers, so I am absolutely so keen for this. Ryan has been curating this journey. It is fully uncut on Patreon. Links are down below. It is all over my channel. Madonna is probably my most videoed chickadee on my channel by now. So Ryan, thank you so much. I'm very keen to go in with this. There's really not a lot to say other than let's just stop the chitty chatty and get straight into it. Let's go. All her little errors. It's wild how big all these talk shows were back in the day.
Thank you. I know that's not for me. Tonight I've only got one guest. Now I know every week I say how exciting the show's going to be, but this week I actually mean it. I might even listen to some of the answers. My house band, 4 puffs and a piano. Didn't you get the memo, lads? For God's sake. On the end there, would I really be doing an hour-long Pat Butcher special? Hey, as for the other two, well, at least we'll stop getting letters asking whether or not you're really gay. Which we do get, by the way.
Pass them on.
Anyway.
Pass them on.
Second best, baby. Put your love to the test, 'cause we are living in
Hey.
music. Makes the people touch for the very first time. It would be so nice.
Hey, very cute.
Clash, she's here! She's here! Wearing a beret because she knows I love the French. You can stay as long as you like, my little cockney sparrow. David Ginola, do you want to know what this garlic chewing, Gauloise reeking, flannel dodging, Iraq appeasing, shampoo salesman and time footballer has said this week? He said that British women, and Mrs. Ritchie, I'm including you in this now, he said British women are shameless drunks.
Oh.
My wife read this over breakfast. She nearly choked on her Bacardi Breezer. British women behave like men in sex as well as drink. What's he talking about? I've never slept with a British girl who reached orgasm, rolled off, let rip, then turned on the Grand Prix. What was the pity?
Jesus.
And popularised by W.H. Auden. Go f*** yourself, Frenchie.
Can you say that here? She's shook.
This isn't the first time I've met my special guest. Back in 1992, we had an encounter, and I think there was chemistry then. And sure enough, she's rushed back for a second helping of Ross just 11 short years later.
11.
Let's just remind ourselves of who she is and what she's
Hey, I love these. I thought it was gonna like say like her stats and stuff.
Please, will you welcome Madonna?
Oh, singing straight away.
Good evening.
I mean, we have heard this song to death at this point.
Tried to be a girl, I tried to be a man. Bar, looking for sympathy, a little company. It's always been the same. This type of modern life are the best thing I've seen. But somehow I forgot.
Obviously, very similar outfit to the little French moment. She was up on all these browns. Oh, that. I think they mime it, like censoring it. I didn't know it was that style.
My extreme point of view. I'm not a Christian and I'm not a Jew. I'm just living out.
It's still so cool though, that rap into this.
Nothing is what it seems.
I wonder if it's the yeah, it's gonna like be in between song interview.
Thank you, that was fantastic.
Was it?
It was great. You must have been happy.
No,
with
I'm a bit critical of myself right
Are you?
now. Yeah.
We also knocked out that we've got like a private concert going on here. And then, you know, so we're just enjoying every second and committing it to memory. That's what's
Thank
going
you.
on there.
Thank you.
And congratulations on the album, because that's gone to #1 as well, I believe. In this country, it's your 8th #1 album, I believe. Or it might be your 9th. Anyway, you've had a lot. Who's counting?
I'm counting. No, I'm just kidding.
Delighted that you've chosen a superior culture to make your home in.
Yes, but I'm delighted too. But I'm not delighted that people keep writing that I don't like being here.
Well, we read about every 3 or 6 months or so, you see some of the papers saying Madonna says she doesn't like the hospital, she doesn't like the school, she doesn't like the air, she doesn't like the location, she wants to put the Toad slightly further to the south. How many do you actually have?
2.
2. Well, you see, then they're making that up as well.
Exactly.
I bet they're both very nice houses, though.
They're very nice. Yeah. They're not too nice.
No.
They're not, you know.
Just nice enough. Whose decision was it to move over here? Because this is when you got married to Mr. Guy Ritchie, of course.
Yes.
You lowered your voice when you said that. Is that the kind of deal you have? Guy Ritchie. we all know, you know.
He's asked me when I'm in public, when I say his name, if I just keep my voice down, you know.
Well, now,
When I first moved here, I was a bit grumpy about it. Because I thought, this isn't fair. Where's the compromise here? I've moved to England.
Yeah.
And then I just really fell in love with it. And, you know, I've figured out how to drive on the wrong side of the road and learned to love ale. And
yeah, well, you look like someone who drinks a lot of ale.
I do actually.
No, do you? You like a beer?
I love ale.
I bet but you
Timothy Taylor, it's the best.
Yeah, you drink real ale.
Real ale.
You should join CAMRA.
Who's that?
That's the campaign for real ale. I'm sure they would be quite happy to have you as their sponsor.
Really? Do they pay well?
They don't pay well.
But I didn't finish my story. See, what happens is, then I move over here and I really fall in love with it, and then my husband decides he wants to make a movie in America, so now I'm over there grumping about the fact that I'm not over here
So
more,
really, it's basically you're just very difficult to please.
Yeah.
Well, poor old
Basically.
Guy Ritchie. Because you are the biggest female recording star, well, ever, actually. I mean, you know, it's the truth.
Pretty wild.
I suspect I don't think anyone will come along and ever take that away from you. So to move from America, I would imagine if I was American, I'd feel a little bit, as you would say, pissed. Or as you would have used to say, now you'd say something else.
Have the hump?
Slightly.
Slightly.
Maybe later. 11 years, she didn't return one call, and that night, 5 minutes in, we're on.
No, what were you just saying?
Well,
No.
do you think they feel slighted at all? that
Slighted. Whatever. They're always bitching about me anyways. Who cares?
Living here in London, which is a lovely car.
It's a great car. I love it.
Have you paid the congestion charge yet? Do you think it's going to sort problems out here in London?
Well, I'm kind of pissed off because, you know, I live in the area where you're not supposed to have to pay.
Okay, well, you know, you pay a little bit.
But
don't
now
you?
I have to pay. I don't have a listed phone number. And you have to prove to the whatever, the city or the mayor. Red Ken, yeah, him. I don't want to have a listed phone number. And if I don't have a listed phone number, then I have to pay the fee to come to my house every day.
And let's face it, £5 a day, I mean, that's going to take a dent.
Gonna
Because you're what, 230 million or something? I mean, you know,
It's a
it all adds
principle.
up.
It's the principle.
Let's you and I get together and maybe try and do something about it.
Okay.
Well,
Start a
that's sorted.
coalition. Yeah. I have to
a
have
lot,
gotten
I mean,
through the day and not sort of been bummed out when I looked at myself in the mirror.
Now, you see,
Oh, God.
people, I think, I would find that hard to understand that you would look in the mirror and feel bummed out. Because, you know, I don't know if you know this,
But
but
that's
you're
how
Madonna.
normal I am. So what? But I'm still a person.
But so what do you not like about your appearance on a bad day?
Let's not get into it. Let's talk about the positive things.
Okay.
So those things, a day where I did something I really liked to do. And
I was
that
kind of
would
hoping
be
for a bit more detail.
potter around the house.
Do you like to put, you know, just move things around a bit?
I like.
Do you do any housework at all?
Oh,
Are you familiar
I
with the
have-
phrase housework?
no, I've rinsed out a few dishes and made my bed. On Sundays, the housekeeper doesn't come in, and I make my bed.
That's good. What does he cook?
He's really good with.
You don't actually live with him, do you?
I've actually never even met him.
But you look like you don't eat hardly at all.
I didn't eat all day,
Right.
just for you.
Okay, well, you know, you don't have to starve yourself for me. You rapped at the end of it.
Yeah.
And a lot of people thought, well, maybe this isn't your natural territory. This isn't your domain.
Well, who's to say whose domain it is?
Oh.
I could only agree with you on that, but I know, you know, a lot of people said rap lyrics, not Madonna's territory here. I believe...
Well, why not? I wrote them. They're my words. I can say them. Does it have to do with the fact that I'm not black?
It's got to do with the fact, I think, that you're known for pop originally as well, I think. You know, you've had such a long career when you've had...
But I'm also known for not sticking to the program and for surprising people and changing and doing different things.
I actually like the rap.
Okay.
You know, I'm not just saying
I'm
that.
not attacking you.
No, no, but you were giving me what we call
You
stink
were
eye then, and I was a
attacking
bit...
Somebody told me that there was some criticism of my rap, but that's good. I welcome all criticism.
But, you know, do you really...
I was going to say, no.
At the end of the day, it's all the same. Nice things, negative things. You can't let any of it mean anything to you, because it doesn't matter.
But you know what, I say that, but if I read something bad about myself, I hate it.
Yeah, but don't read anything.
Yeah, but even if I know maybe someone once wrote something.
I know, but you have to overcome that.
But how do you do that?
You have to
I don't have any newspapers in my house. I don't have any magazines. I don't read anything.
Do you watch TV? Do you listen to the radio?
Nope.
So what do you guys do?
For fun.
Yeah.
We go to the movies. We read a lot of books. We talk to each other.
Yeah, you see, I'm working on that at home.
Yeah, are you?
3 nannies, an assistant, and a driver and a jet, a trainer and a butler, and a bodyguard of 5, a gardener and a stylist. Do you think I'm satisfied? Do you have that number of stuff?
Yes, and none of those things bring happiness. Made me happy. Make me happy.
I get the point. I'm not
You get it?
stupid. I was just checking. It's a good
Yeah,
rap.
but it's okay. I just sort of made a mental list of all the things I was doing at that time. It's meant to be ironic because I have all these things and I do all these things, and you want me to shut up now, right?
No, please don't.
I'm trying to make a point.
No, but it's a good point.
He's like, I get it.
The point is that material things don't bring you happiness.
But you don't seem someone who does actually get off on material things particularly. I mean,
don't.
the fact, for example, you're driving a Mini Cooper, which is a lovely car. I'm not knocking it, but it's a.
But it only costs 15 grand.
Exactly. It's a car for everyday folk
Yeah.
who have 15 grand. But I mean, it's you know.
Well, compared to an Aston Martin or a Mercedes or a BMW, I have paintings from the past. I have Picassos and Matisses and Dalis and things like that.
And where do you keep
And if you become my friend, then you can
If
come
you
over and
become...
see.
Even if I don't become your friend, can I come over? What a nice environment for your children to grow up in,
Yeah, they don't really care.
don't they? And he looks like a miniaturised version of Guy Ritchie. It's
does.
almost like they've been cloned or something. And I'm not sure, I suspect foul play.
We bioengineered our children. Well, we had to because we haven't actually met.
Let's talk about the video for American Life, because
No.
that causes stuff.
My way of saying, hey, people, wake up. This is right around the corner. But then by the time I finished it, the war had broken out, and it seemed a kind of in bad taste to release a video where I had footage of people being wounded and injured in wars and buildings being blown up. Like, we'll see enough of that on TV, right? So.
You know, I think people would be interested to say that, because and perhaps
It's probably the most she's I mean, obviously I haven't seen everything she's done, but it's probably the most she's spoken about the actual video itself, and just like no cuts, no edits to it. So I like these type of format interviews where it's just they really get to speak, and you know, obviously with her being who she is, she's going to be like extravagant in some scenarios, but I like this serious side coming in as well. Really, yeah, really cool. Like hearing her perspective on it.
You know, I didn't do, you know, I refused to take drugs, and, you know, I was a good girl.
And you hardly drank on him, did you?
No, I didn't start drinking until I met Guy Ritchie.
He's a bad influence on you.
It's been a wonderful influence on me.
And do you get drunk with him now? I mean, do you actually...
I do, yeah. Yeah,
And
I do.
what kind of a drunk are you?
I've become one of those English drunken girls that you...
We love the fact that you've now become a British slag.
All it takes is a half of a pint.
So a little bit of booze. Wow,
Yeah.
you're a good cheap date
I
then.
am a cheap date, yeah. You don't have to take me anywhere fancy.
Well, I didn't intend to, just my
Okay.
dressing room. And when you go something like that, I mean, presumably people recognise you.
I
they
wear
know
flat
it's you.
caps,
So
keep
you-
them down low, and I say pint and a half for Timothy Taylor.
I'll be honest with you, it's not the most flattering garment.
You don't like them?
I don't mind them, but I thought it was Chris Evans going to court.
I like, you know, the whole, the Vogue thing. That was nice.
Yeah,
I
that
like
was
that.
great.
Yeah.
The Vogue thing.
I tell you, when you looked fabulous, I think, was Like a Prayer.
Oh,
With
thanks.
the brunette hair and just the plain dress, you looked great then. When you were rolling in the sand for Cherish,
Oh, yeah?
bingo.
Oh, you like that? You like that? Okay. I'll remember that.
Bingo. You know what I'm saying then?
Yes, I do. Yeah, I got it.
How often are you doing I know people tend to react to you differently when you have blonde hair, don't they?
Yeah.
I think people think you're more superficial when you're blonde.
And I think also they think you're more readily available.
Really?
Yeah, well, when I went blonde, people were coming up to me all the time.
Really? Yeah.
Are you, there's been talk that maybe you're pregnant again.
Really?
And you don't look pregnant to me from here, but obviously it could be early days.
No.
You're not at all?
No.
Would you like more children?
Yes.
Bingo.
Oh, you're getting very personal.
Well, it's my job.
And it's my job to deflect your...
That's fine. And of course I'll accept that. You know, I'm going to show a clip from, of you and...
I'm sorry, darling. I so didn't mean to do it, darling. I give you a kiss.
No, I'm not giving you anything.
It shall not be held. You're not doing a bad job on that, darling.
I want to dance hard.
Back in a bikini. Okay, Rick up. All right, that's enough. I said that's enough.
That would be wild, watching your wife kiss another dude. Obviously, I know it's fake, but it's still so weird. Very cute.
Seeing little Rocco being down like that, that's made me feel broody.
Really?
That's such a lovely
You
age,
have
isn't it?
children.
I have 3 children. They're better looking than yours, but they're still yours. Are nice. Obviously, I love mine more because they're mine.
Of course.
But isn't that a great age when you're that, when you've got
Oh,
that
yeah.
small and you can kiss them on the belly and on their bottom, stuff like that.
Stuff like that, yeah.
And when in the summer you take them out in a pram, they've got no shoes on, see little toes.
Yeah, sweet. Then they pee on the carpeting.
You always
Carpeting.
have to bring it back to that like that. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Madonna performing Hollywood.
Hey.
Everybody comes to Hollywood. Shine your light now. This time it's got to be good. Everybody comes to Hollywood. They wanna make it in the neighborhood. Hollywood.
Hey.
I've had a million visions, bad and good.
I mean, she did say she always forgets this song.
Your light now. Music stations always play the same song. Everybody comes to Hollywood, 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 Hollywood. Push the button, don't push the button. Trip the station, change the channel. Push the button, don't push the button. Trip the station, change the channel.
Push the button, don't push the button. Trip station, change the channel. Check it out.
Very cool, like my stuff. It's wild how they just get in between songs to interview. Like, it's just so casual. Like, just waltzes off.
Oh, I'm exhausted.
Hey, now let's talk about your fitness regime and stuff like that, because you are in fabulous shape. I mean, you know, we're roughly the same age. We don't need to give details out here.
Yes.
We're both in our late 20s.
Yeah.
What about if it was, you know, like a bank holiday, which we have plenty of, and I'm sure
I
you're
don't
enjoying.
take
Now you're
those
British.
off.
You don't take bank, what about Christmas?
My
or-
body doesn't recognize bank holidays. Okay? Gotta keep working at it, you know? It's the way it goes.
Yeah, but I mean, it must be sometimes, I would have thought, there must be mornings when you get up and you just don't fancy it.
You're right, I don't.
Okay, and so how do you motivate yourself there?
Because my trainer comes over. I don't want to waste the money, so.
Look at that position there. Okay, that's the, these are... But look at that, that's remarkable. And obviously, you know what gentlemen are thinking when they see that photograph.
Gentlemen,
Can you do it with, can you put both legs behind your ears?
I can.
Bingo!
Lol.
What do you do? Do
Dear.
you do
Oh,
the
dear.
downward facing dog move?
I do, yeah. That's part of the sun salutes. Do you do them?
I do the downward facing dog.
Could you want to show me?
Not particularly, but I could probably...
That's bollocks.
That's bollocks. How did you read my mind that I was going to say bollocks? You do...
Because you're very predictable.
Oh?
But charming, charming.
Well, thank you.
I do.
But some of them, like bollocks, is not. That's very much an English phrase,
Yep.
a British phrase, isn't
Piss
it?
off.
Yeah.
Piss off.
You like using English swear words? You prefer them?
I think they're charming.
They're more colourful.
Yeah.
There are some words which the Americans don't use at all that we use with regularity.
Like,
The C word.
oh my
Oh?
God, I had to get used to that one.
Yeah. I know, Americans, if you say that
God,
in Americans,
it's
you know,
really bad.
they want the smelling salts
No, it's like really bad to say that, the C word.
in America.
Yeah.
And over here, it's fairly commonplace, isn't it?
Yeah, everyone's a
Oh my god.
You know,
Iconic.
I read somewhere, and I don't know if it's true, I read somewhere a quote from you saying that you knew within 5 minutes of meeting him that he was the one for you.
Yep.
That's a really lovely sentiment. How did you know? What was the feeling?
I just felt all squishy inside.
That's so, you know, it speaks very well of him, I think. He must be a very strong sort of personality, very strong with himself, and don't take this wrong way, to take you on. Insofar as, well, you know, because you're being you.
He's a tough cookie.
Yeah, and you've got a past where you know, I know you found him, he was the one, but you seem to have searched quite thoroughly before you found that one. If you don't mind me saying that. But, you know, but no, I'm happy for you. You had a, you know, a full life in that respect.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah. He's had a few as well, I'm sure. I'm not,
Yes,
you know.
he has.
Do you ever talk about exes? Do you ever get jealous about each other's exes?
Sure. I'm human like everyone else.
And do you how do you show that to him? I mean, how does he deal with it?
Interesting questions.
I try not to show it, to tell you the truth. It's not very attractive, is it?
Well, it's not, but you know, sometimes I think if you don't share those things, then the other person doesn't know. Doesn't know they're bothered by it.
Yeah.
You know, I mean,
Usually I hold a gun to his head. And I say, if you ever look at that woman again.
you're Madonna.
Well, maybe he gets jealous too, but he doesn't show it very often.
And would you like him to show his jealousy?
I would indeed. Yeah.
Well, maybe we can talk to him after.
Bingo.
But he...
She's very quick.
He's a man. That's what I think you liked about him.
Yeah, I do. I like that.
Yeah. Do you row much?
Who?
Do you... It's an impediment. I can't help it. I keep hoping I'm going to get a parking sticker for it, but they won't have it. And how do you resolve? Who's the peacemaker between the two of you?
I feel she said they both are at different times, right, in the past.
Are you good?
Say we're sorry. In fact, we have a little contest. We try to beat each other to the punch.
Yeah.
Like, even when we know we haven't done it, the wrong thing, we say we're sorry because we know that we become superior when we do that.
You've then got the upper hand.
Exactly.
That's great.
You should try it sometime.
Well, you know, we have got better, my wife and I. We do row quite a lot. Not so much as we used to either. I mean, it's quite similar.
She's got red hair, doesn't she?
She's got bright red hair.
Yeah, and people with red hair, they have really bad tempers. They
It's
say.
no, but it's dyed red hair. It's like that colour red. And you see up there in the audience, see how red it is? Look, it's a kind of...
Hi.
It's a very unnatural red. Jane, it's Madonna. Madonna Jane. I think we might be up for some swinging.
Well, how do you put up with this nonsense?
She ignores me. We've just about run out of time, you know.
Why?
Because they want.
No, I'm just kidding. No, I've got to go.
You've
anyway.
got to go. And they've got to get. They're doing a Paul Daniels special here in the studio. So.
Who's that?
You seem to have changed. You seem a lot happier. You seem more comfortable. You just seem more relaxed with everything. And I hope that is the case. I hope
It's the case.
That's really nice. I'm hoping that we won't leave it another 10 years before you'll let me talk to you again.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
You're very welcome.
Okay. All right, let me know when they next speak.
An oldie but goodie.
Well, they're all oldies but goodies, aren't they?
I'd like to think that.
Yes, they are. Ladies and gentlemen, singing live for you one more time. It's Madonna.
Yeah, very cool. Relaxed but still a bit guarded. Bye.
How far back do you want me to go? No, I'm just kidding. I know what I'm going to do. I'm never asking an audience that question again, because the last time I said it, they asked me to do Like a Virgin, and I forgot the words. It's what happens when you've been writing songs for 20 years. You just forget everything. When you're old like me.
Oh, it's kind of sad because you can see that sadness. Obviously, like I think the age stuff definitely affected her. So sad, but it's cool to see her still going. She obviously loves this song. She's performing it as the old song. Such a good wrap-up song. It definitely like has that like future but nostalgic pool vibe.
Tell me love isn't true. It's just something that we do. Don't ever tell me to stop. Please don't stop.
And she sounds good. It's so effortless. Yeah, you could listen to so much more of that interview. Like, they worked well together, that chemistry. Like, a little bit awkward, but still funny and cute. Went so quick.
To stop, yeah.
Very cute.
And I mean that. Thank you.
So cool. What do you say? It's everything that we already know about this era, about her. Like I said, I definitely think the old stuff, or like, I guess her self-image is really quite true. I mean, obviously I know she gets a lot of surgery and things like that, and that's just, you know, that's just a product of being in the industry that you're in. So it's kind of sad to see that. And like he says, you know, you're Madonna, but I guess that doesn't really matter about, you know, who you are inside and what you feel and what you see. So I like that there's still that caginess to it, but she's still quite vulnerable in that interview, and, you know, still has those quirkinesses, but definitely a lot more relaxed. God, if you compare this like 10 years ago, like you said, just such a different pace for her. And I suppose, yeah, it's quite a insane psyche for her, being 20 years in, being the biggest chick, you know, going through everything she's gone through, being cancelled, being revitalized, and having these epic albums and then flops, and then just that would just mess with your psyche insanely. So it's so cool to see her in this place, because it is such a different time. Definitely my favorite era. Like I've said, it's definitely my favorite version of Madonna. It's insane that she's, I think, late 30s, because it's so hard to comprehend that type of age now in terms of like how it is. But obviously so inspiring, so cool, and just I think a lot of young female chickadee artists need to watch these, or go back and watch these performances, her interviews, and just see that, you know, you don't need to fall into those traps. I mean, I guess you kind of have to, unless you're so out there and so different and you really strike a chord with everyone. Very cool. Love that. Love the performances. Obviously all quite subdued and, like, you know, simple in their delivery, but it's really just about the lyrics, about the voice, and that's all she needs to showcase with this album, because obviously with the controversy it has, it's just about the music and stuff like that, which I really like. Just that return to basics. It's very, very nice. Ryan, thank you as always. I don't know if this is the end of American life. I mean, I could live in this era forever, so I'm sure there's so much, but I'm sure we also will be moving on very soon. I feel like we're getting towards the end of it, so I am very sad, because this definitely is my favorite era, but I am very keen for Confessions if that is the next, because everyone is so excited for that too. Let me know your thoughts down below. The Fallen Cut is on Patreon. The whole my journey is here. Other than that, being